Good morning, world. I am Judy, your web-based therapist, making therapy accessible and convenient for our clients in Florida and New York, and of course, sharing information worldwide. Today, I want to talk about 5 things that people should do instead of bad-mouthing their partner. I shared a video a while back that apparently people just recently decided that, hey, we need to hear about this, about reasons to not bad-mouth your partner. And one of the things that has come up is that sometimes people do it as a, hey, this is my only outlet. This is what I have to do because they do X, Y, Z, and they keep doing things, and I need to talk about it. So I want to talk about 5 things that you should be doing or you could be doing instead of bad mouthing your partner. But before I get into that, I want to take a quick moment and say, if you are subscribed, thank you so much for being a part of this awesome world of ours. And if you are not yet subscribed, please take a moment and click the subscribe button below so that you can join our wonderful world of awesomeness. And remember to tick the bell so that you are notified when I post new videos so that you don't miss anything. And of course, if you'd like to purchase 1 or 3 of my books, there's also a link below that will take you to a site that shows you all your different options of places where you can get 1 or 3 of my books. Okay. First thing, talk to them. I know, novel concept. Why didn't you think of that, right? It's unbelievable that sometimes we will talk to every Tom, Dick, Boo Boo, and Harry and their cousin who will listen about a person, but never take the time. It never occurs to us that, hey, maybe I should talk to this person that I have an issue with. Talk to the person. Rather than talking to everyone about all these things that they do that you do not agree with, all these things that they do that piss you off. Talk to them, share your concerns, express your concerns, ask them for make your request, tell them what you need from them, because that way, when you do that, they are able to, accommodate and do and give what you need from them instead of whatever it is that you're getting that causes you to go out and talk to everybody about them and shed such a negative light on the person. So instead of going out and telling everybody how this person does this and this person is bad and that way, this way, take the time, stay home, talk to them. 2, get help dealing with your issues. A lot of the things that tend to cause or lead to people bad-mouthing each other is that they have trouble dealing with issues within their relationships. Maybe the communication is not what it's supposed to be. Maybe the partner is doing certain things that you can't figure out how to manage in the relationship. Instead of going out and talking to everybody who's going to say, yeah, you're right, or you should leave him, you should leave her, blah, blah, blah. Give you all sorts of not the best advice for you, but what they say they would do, even though they really wouldn't do it for themselves. But take the time and get help and deal with your issues. When you can deal with your issues, then your relationship can get to this place where you're not experiencing all these issues, all these things that are causing you to go badmouth them to other people. When you take the time and deal with your issues, you can be in a more pleasant space in your relationship. You can be in a more fun, loving partnership with your spouse instead of wherever it is that you are that has you talking to your friends and saying all sorts of bad things about this person that, you supposedly love, right? 3, communicate using affirmative speech and action words. Affirmative speech and things like, instead of saying things like, don't do this, say, do that. Don't tell the person what you don't want from them. Tell them exactly what you want. I've shared this in, I think I shared this example before where you say, don't put this there, but you don't tell me what to do with it. So if you tell me, don't put it on the table, that does not mean that I can't put it on the chair. If you don't tell me exactly what you want, sometimes it makes it difficult for me to deliver on what you want. That's how it works in a relationship. You may have an idea that, well, if I tell you not to put it on the table, then obviously you should put it on the counter. Your partner does not always know that. What seems obvious to you is not always obvious to someone else. So instead of just assuming that someone's going to know what you mean, tell them exactly what you mean. That way they can give you what it is that you're asking for. 4, Consider how you would feel if they did the same thing. Because a lot of times we talk about people when they're not there, when they can't see, when they are not there to hear what you're saying about them, and get this feeling that, I'm not saying it to their face. They're not hearing me, so that it's not going to hurt their feeling. But what if they did walk in and heard you talking and saying those things about them? How would they feel? And as you're saying these things about this person, making them look bad, making them painting them in the worst light possible, how would you feel if they were doing the same thing to you? How would you feel if they were going to their friends and their family and saying things that made you just look awful, that made you sound like this really horrible person? Would you be okay with that? Would you be comfortable with that? And the thing that people would normally say is, well, if I was doing what they're doing. No, that's not true. Even if you did what they did, you still wouldn't want someone going around and trying to make you look bad in front of other people. So consider how you would feel if you were in that position. If you were in their shoes and you walked in to hear your partner saying those things about you, would you want to hear that? So before you say something about them, just keep that in mind. 5. Before speaking about your partner, remember how you feel about them. Not how you're feeling in this moment 5 minutes after they just pissed you off, but how do you feel about them on random Tuesdays when everything is going fine in the relationship? If this is someone that you love, if this is someone that you care about, you should really be remembering that when you're speaking to them, because this is the light that you're painting them in. So if you can think of them, if you can remember your feelings about them, not just in this very moment that you're upset with them, but on a regular basis when things are good, then it helps you make better decisions about what you choose to say about them. Imagine how, if you love this person, do you really want to be saying how, yeah, he's such a bad whatever, she's such an awful whatever? When you love someone, these are not the types of things that you want to say about them. So if you could take a second, stop for a minute and think about how you feel about this person before you open your mouth to say anything about them. Let's do a quick recap. First, talk to them. Novel concept, I know, but it's the most effective way to get people to do what you want from them is to share with them what you're experiencing and what you need from them. 2, get help dealing with your issues. Regardless of what the issues are that are causing you to go out and badmouth and talk all sorts of stuff about your partner, if you can take the time and deal with your issues, there will be fewer issues for you to go badmouthing them about. 3, communicate using affirmative speech and action words. Tell them what you want from them. Tell them exactly what you want them to do. Use direct communication so that they're not having to guess and actually end up guessing wrong and then you get upset. 4, consider how you would feel if they did the same thing. If you walked in and heard them talking about you the same way that you're talking about them, how would that feel? Think about that before you say anything about your partner. And again, another thing, before you open your mouth to say anything at all about your partner, take a moment and think of how you feel about them and remember how you feel about them. Not just in that moment when you're upset, but on a regular basis when your relationship is going well, when you're happy and you're in that relationship. Always remember how you feel about that person before you speak of them, because when you remember that this is a person that you love, then you might be more inclined to speak of them in a more loving way instead of trying to paint them in a bad light. As always, if you or someone you know happens to be going through something that's more than you can handle, please remember that there are professionals like myself who are available, able, and willing to help, and are even providing remote services who can assist with whatever you may have going on. So please take a moment, figure out who those people are in your community so that if you need them, you can reach out and get the help that you need. And that is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.